Everybody give it up. Has she done an amazing job all day today? I don't think if anybody's acknowledged you. Thank you for everything you've done. You've created a flow and kept it entertaining, and we appreciate that. How about for Miss Tanya? Let's give it up for Miss Tanya for an incredible event. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you do. You're amazing. So, I'm sitting over there listening to amazing speakers, and I'm doing this. And I know you're all doing this too because I was watching you do it. I don't want you to do that while I'm speaking because what I have to say is important. And the more you laugh at me, the more you look at me, the better I do. So why don't we all stand up here real quick? I want to get some energy because I need it too. Come on, we all need it. So shake a leg, jump around, do some stuff, get the blood moving. Don't pretend, do it. Let's go, move it. There we go. All right, there you go. Move it around. See, she's got the idea. She don't care. There you go. I like that. Beautiful. All right, get it flowing. It's good. There you go. A little hip action going on. All right. There you go. There you go. Beautiful. Tomato, come on, see you shake that. I know you got it. There you go. Beautiful. All right, cool. All right, everybody sit down. Thank you very much. Now, if there's anybody nodding, I'm going to point you out. Now, remember, the camera is on, so they might just catch you doing this, watching me, and that doesn't look good. So.
I'm worried about what they just caught me doing.
Oh my. Anyways, beautiful. So, where is my? I cannot speak without my rag. Here's the thing. They call me the Louis Armstrong of education and presentation, and I don't have my signature rag because I sweat. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you, Michelle. I don't want to drip on anybody. Beautiful. And I might miss it. Cool. So we all have childhoods? Yeah? Who has childhood here? Everybody? Okay, let's try it again. Who's had a childhood? Okay, who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I ask you? Okay, so I know you've all had childhoods. So we have memories of our childhood, correct? We have good memories and we have bad memories. And the memories that we have from our childhood help shape who we are. I was 6 years old and we were at my grandmother's house having a barbecue. And my grandmother was like 5'0" and she could put away corn on the cob like there's no tomorrow. This little lady, like 6 ears of corn. It was crazy. Love watching her eat. I love the corn. So we're having a blast at my grandmother's house, my mom and I. My dad wasn't there. He very rarely attended anything. And it was time to go, and I'm still playing, and I'm 6 years old, and I'm having fun, and I hear this, Charlie, get in the car. My name is Scott Stephen David Venetia. Like, where did Charlie come from? But when I heard that, all my life, when I heard that, I knew she meant business. And a side note, so literally last week I asked her, we took her to Disneyland with my kids. I said, Mom, why did you call me Charlie when you were angry or did I call you that? I'm like, oh, great. No closure. I have no idea why she did that. But I knew it meant trouble. So I get in the car, and we drive home, and we're walking up the way. We lived in the projects just outside of Buffalo, New York. I follow my mom, and she puts the key in the door, and from that moment on, when that key went in that door, my life changed. So my mom turns the lock, and she opens the door, and I hear this, Rocky! I'm like, scared the crowd. I'm 6 years old, and I'm hiding behind my mom. I'm like, what? Is my dad wearing underwear downstairs? He's not. Well, I mean, he ran around in underwear. I never get in trouble. And I'm like, so I pick her on my mom, and I'm like, there was no furniture downstairs. There was a kitchen table. That was it. And I'm thinking, kid, my toys. So I take gone upstairs, right? Check to my bedroom, and my toys are there. In my bed. That was it. In the whole apartment. I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. I'm 6 years old. And my mom's screaming and spitting for profanities that Tanya would never forgive me if I said up here, but that's what I grew up with. That's my colorful family. And that's what I remember. And then my mom told me that my dad had left us and taken everything with him. And I remember in that moment thinking, I'm not enough. I wasn't important enough for him to stay around. I didn't make a difference in his life where he could have stuck around and worked out whatever stuff they had going on. That's a 6-year-old mind. Cognitive abilities at 6 years old. So I developed some thoughts around that about myself. And that impacted my entire life. So I found myself, in my bio you heard, that from then on, we planted in Vegas in 1980. I was 15 years old. Started high school. That was the 22nd time I'd moved in 15 years of life. So I was always trying to figure out how to make friends, how to fit in, how to be what somebody else wanted, because I didn't think I was important. I didn't think I was enough. So I finished high school here. I've been here, thank God, since 1980, so I finally planted. And I always tried to prove that I was enough. Never was about enough to my mom. My mom brought me up. This is a godsend. My mother was the supportive one. My mother, I never grew up in that negative, you're bad, you're terrible, it was always uplifting. That was the one thing my mom did. Like, wow, she told me I could be, do, and have anything I wanted. She didn't know how to support that with the teachings, but she told me that. And it would be okay, whatever I decided, as long as I was happy. But I was always trying to be that enough, to try to show up, to be important, to make a difference. So I've done businesses all my life, different kinds of businesses, network marketing businesses, with successes and failures. I've done coaching, I've done teaching, I've done consulting. And the problem is that I didn't understand that I was enough. How many of you, I don't need hands, think about this. How many of you think you're not tall enough, that you're not thin enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not smart enough, you're not educated enough, you're not charismatic enough, you're not enough of anything? We all have those. They come from our childhood. And we believe those lies that we tell ourselves. And I believe those lies. So I would do things, and I would be great at starting. I'm a great starter. I'm one of those ready, fire, aim kind of guys. It's just that long-term follow-through thing that I had a problem with. So let me share with you, going through that, I had something to prove. I had to be important. In the late 90s, mid-90s, I don't even remember, it all blends now. I had a friend that had a big project that he wanted to work on, enormous project. We did some meetings with a bunch of friends and who was in, who wanted to work on this, who wanted to do things. Like, all right, so we had the one final meeting of the core group of 7 of us to work on this project to figure out what we wanted to do or could do. So I was assigned marketing. I didn't know much about marketing. It was kind of interesting to me because I knew it involved psychology, and that has always fascinated me. I'm like, all right, I'll take that on. So I started with a used college book on marketing. Boring. I'm like, no, I can't be doing this. There's got to be more than this. So I went to a bookstore. This is before Amazon, I believe. No, I actually ordered on Amazon. Forget that. Guerrilla marketing. J. Conrad Levinson. I'm like, okay, I can buy into this stuff. This is cool. And I started devouring book after book and going to websites and reading it. That's just how I do it. I can do anything that I choose to do, because when I choose to do it, I devour it and I jump in. So everything I could read. The project was moving along, and it died. It wasn't because of me, it died because of him and his dreams and his lack in belief in his dreams and so forth. I continued to be interested in marketing. It was fascinating to me. So within a year of that, of knowing nothing, I was the executive board member for the American Marketing Association. I was teaching my own seminars on marketing for small business owners. I was teaching at the community college, marketing for small business owners. I'd never taught before. I'd never done seminars before. I was writing an article for a national trade magazine on marketing. Being interviewed on the news for my classes. All that in less than a year, knowing nothing. That's what I created. That's not to impress you at all. It's to impress upon you what I'm going to tell you next. I sabotaged every single one of those things within less than 3 months. Missed the deadline on an article? You don't do that in a national trade magazine. Done. Missed an assignment of something I had to accomplish for the board for the American Marketing Association. Didn't follow through. Board meeting, out. People were begging me to do my next level of seminars in the marketing because small business owners need that. I just stopped doing them. In community college, I missed the deadline to submit to do the classes again for the next semesters in less than 3 months. Why is that? Why do you think I did that? Because I wasn't enough. I was enough to start, but I wasn't enough to believe in myself to follow through, that I was worth listening to, that I had information that could help people, that I could make a difference, because that's what we're here to do, right? Make a difference. I didn't believe that. I didn't feel it. And that was the missing piece, is I did not feel. See, I did this, I brought this just so you know I'm not disputing things. I did write an article for National Trade Magazine. I was on the board for the American Marketing Association. I found these, because people just yap. Okay. Anyways, here's the problem. If you don't feel like you're enough, it affects the circle of success. Does anybody know what that is? Probably not, because I invented it, sort of. It's my take on it, okay? Now, we all have potential to do whatever we want in life, correct? Yes, we all have that potential, okay? So based on that potential, we're going to take action, whatever that is, whether that's doing one-on-ones, closing sales for clients, whether it's doing seminars, whether it's speaking, whatever. We take the actions for our business, and then we get results, okay? That's pretty simple. The problem is this fuels this. Now this circle can go either way. If you don't feel like you're enough, your belief, if it needs to be here, and your belief is down here, what's going to happen to the actions that you take if your belief is down here? You're going to take less action. You're not going to take the action with skill. It's going to affect the action. And what happens when the action is affected? Your results are affected. You have worse results. Everybody stand up so far. I like this. Cool. Thank you. So if you have less results, what's that do to your belief? Reduces your belief. And it's a vicious circle. This is why everybody here has amazing programs. We've all bought them in different. I don't want to tell you how many tens of thousands of dollars I've spent, and I'm not rich yet, on my education. And do you know how many of those courses sit on my computer or at home that I didn't have an access before? Haven't before. This is a different story now. We've all done it, haven't we? Raise your hand if you're guilty. I want to see who can be honest and transparent. Okay? Do you know why that is? Belief. That's all it is. That is your self-worth. Your not enoughness. If you felt like you were enough, you would follow through and complete those programs. You would do what it would take to complete the programs and get the results that you wanted. I'm not saying don't purchase anything here, but you're wasting your money if you're not going to work on this. Does that make sense? And you're going to frustrate yourself. Oh, that's what I did for years. I just listed a few of my failures. Oh, I've got a lot of them. Okay? Trust me. I'm really good at it. But if you don't fix, I'm not fixed, nobody's broken. If you don't work on your belief, You can buy all the programs in the world, attend all the seminars, listen to all the great speakers, do what you can, and you're not going to get where you want to get. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, what do we teach? We teach enoughness. My business partner and I, Rachel, teach enoughness, that you are enough to achieve what you want to achieve. We help you raise the threshold of your belief because you're going to only earn up to your threshold of belief. And until you change that, that's your ceiling that you've created. Everybody with me? Yes. Cool. So, how does this help? Forward. That's what I used to look like. I implemented some of the stuff that we teach people. That was me. That was not fun. That was not comfortable. That was embarrassing. I couldn't take my kids to the theater because I couldn't fit in the theater seats. Am I where I want to be yet? Absolutely not, but I'm on my way. I don't weigh almost 400 pounds. I don't have a size 58 waist. I can sit in booths at restaurants. I can walk upstairs and keep up with my beautiful fiancée. I love you. I can do those things because of the things that we teach people. This is what I used to implement in my life. I was in an alcoholic, abusive relationship for 20 years because I didn't have enough in here. I didn't believe in my enoughness. So I tolerated and put up with an abuse. Yes, males can be abused psychologically, not physically, and I was. And I kept my family in that, and I kept myself in that for 20 years. And I lost who I was. Who in here is doing that in your relationships? Maybe not to that extent. Maybe with other family members. I don't know. That's for you to decide. But when you do things like this, we deserve more than that. We are enough. We're to have everything that we want, to have the relationships that we want, the businesses that we want, all of those, if you have enough belief in yourself, enoughness. I love that. That's like Tanya's fabulousnesses. That's ours, our enoughnesses. And I found the love of my life. It's amazing. Don't judge me, just love me. 2 months after I started divorce proceedings for my wife, I met my fiancée. It's amazing how when you make a decision, things just happen and show up. I've been in that relationship for 20 years. Did I have opportunities? No, because I didn't feel like I had opportunities. I wasn't looking. I was married. I was done with the marriage, ready to move on, ready to accept me. Bring it on. Now I'm engaged. 800 feet, this is cool, on the helicopter, I got engaged 800 feet above the Las Vegas Strip, flying around. This woman is the person I deserve. You gotta breathe. She's amazing. She's thoughtful, she's caring, she's considerate, she's loving, she's intelligent, she's funny. If I had to draw out everything I was looking for, that's what I tell her. No. If I had to list everything, people are like, you can't fit. She's everything I'm looking for. And I got that after I understood my enoughness. That came, and that's what's going to happen to you when you understand your enoughness. Your life, you'll change on all different levels. It just starts happening. But it starts with you making a decision that you're tired of being where you're at, you're tired of doing the hamster wheel, attending conferences, not being where you're at, trying to take courses, don't finish the courses, being in a relation, whatever it is for you, it's not going to change till you change that. It's really simple. There's only 2 buttons, and I just back. So,
like everyone else.
Yeah. Okay, good. I fit right in. It's beautiful. So here's the thing. I talk to people. I've been doing it on and off for 20 years. I've been a personal development junkie for over 20 years. I've read over 310 books on over 310. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay. I had a recount. I just did a recount because somebody asked me that a few weeks ago. Over 310 books on spirituality, personal development, business, all of those things. But nothing changed until I started implementing. I was good at teaching people. And that's what I had done on and off. And I got a testimony like this, and this is one of the things I'm like, you know what? I really need to do this for a living. Morgan wrote me, let me tell you a backstory. Don't look. Backstory, real quick. So Morgan was this phenomenal yoga instructor. She had this incredible idea in class to teach people and integrate it with yoga. And she was going to start the program, and she just like literally spent $15,000 on a program she bought at one of the seminars that I met her at. I'm like, so we started talking. I'm like, why don't you let me help you? She was going to quit after spending $15,000 in time and investment doing this. She's like, why do people want to listen to me? What do I have? I'm like, it's amazing when people can't see what they have. It's absolutely incredible. You have stuff that you can't see and others can. So I worked with her. She just had her first week-long retreat in Costa Rica for 12 people that she did that she was not going to do. But this is what she sent me. I just want to take a mini magical moment to give you a shout out and a long overdue thank you. You changed my life in a most profound way, in a most profound moment. Those words really can't even express right now. Maybe someday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is why we do what we do, right? Yeah. But how can we do that and affect more people and a bigger audience if we don't have enough here? Got it? You got to change that to get what you want. So this is what we're going to do. This is my offer. Okay, we have a book. We just hit #1 international bestseller for a collaboration book that we have, Positive Mental Attitude. It's a collection of amazing stories of real people that have used Napoleon Hill's principle of positive mental attitude. My story's in there. My business partner Rachel's is in there. And it's so cool. I know it's a collaboration book, but to be able to say you're #1 international bestseller, that's a positioning thing. I'm good with that. We're writing our second book right now, Rachel and I, is called The Art of Choice. Master the art, master your life, because your life is about choice. And it's going to basically lay out our 7-step success blueprint that we have on enoughness. Understanding why we do the things we do, why we make the choices we make, where they came from, so you go, you know what? You're not screwed up. You're like everybody else. This is what happened to you and why you make these choices. How do you make the different choices consistently and what those choices will do to you? That's what's in the book for The Art of Choice. That's going to be released. Now we're shooting for winter of 2017. What I want to do is do a pre-release sale on this. I would normally charge $20 per book. But for today, $20 delivered to your door. I'm going to pay shipping. We don't have this book. Our shipment got delayed on the one that's released, but we will have it this week. We will ship the current book to you, to your door, and when the other one's released, and they'll all be autographed copies. Okay? And on July 16th, we're going to have a special. I put this together because I'm like, we're putting our program together. Remember I said fire, ready, fire, aim? That's how we do things. I know what I have to offer. I know what I have to offer is valuable because I know what it's done for me. So I know what it can do for you. So I threw this together as a special that I would normally, if we're going to do this, because this is in the works of our business plan to do the online seminars, we're going to do a 2-hour on July 16th and embrace your enoughness. It's going to take you partway through our 7-step program to help you achieve the things that you want to achieve. The first hour is going to be solid, giving you information. And what we're going to do is about 45 minutes to an hour, it's going to be Q&A. So you got questions, well, what about this? Because it's great to be on those things sometimes. You go, well, okay, well, how the heck does that apply to me? So we're going to do an hour of bantering back and forth. This is just a gathering. This is just an informal thing, but it's something to help you, to give you the basis to work for so you can be enough and achieve what you want to achieve in your business, in your personal life, in your health, your spiritual life. Because when you're enough, that all becomes easy. So we take credit cards in the back of the room. Don't do checks, or cash. But be here. What is it gonna? It's free. We're gonna do this. Take 2 hours of our time to help you because we want to. Because this is what we needed. We want to share this with you because you all have amazing messages. You are enough to be, do, and have everything you want. And I know you can all do that. Thank you.